Second Nature for Children is in the house. I hope everyone is doing well. It's Wednesday morning, and I really wish everyone would have a great day. Be smart, make good decisions, and just enjoy your life. It's so good to be on this side of the ground because over the years, I would say, especially the last 2, 3 years, a lot of us have lost a lot of friends or a lot of close ones or a lot of relatives or people that we know, and we're losing them at a very young age. Have you noticed that the older you get, the closer the age range of death, and a lot of people around your age range, and now even lower, are dying? So I want to talk to you just for a moment about what caused blacks to die prematurely. What caused blacks to die prematurely? One, we're uneducated about certain things. I would say number two, we're very unconscious to certain things. And then we have just become comfortable in our everyday living. And a lot of studies now they are basing them at the age of 75. So imagine if you're dying prematurely, if they're putting you at 75 and you're dying now at 30, 40, 50, look at all the years that you are missing because we're going to talk about high blood pressure and hypertension. High blood pressure is one of the things, and hypertension, aka, is taking a lot of blacks out. We are a very unhealthy people, and we got to work on that. So as you come into the room, I'm going to share some information with you and ways that you can reach me if you need my help in dealing with the mind, the body, or the soul. So make sure as you come in, you subscribe, Facebook family, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this information and make sure you hit those thumbs up. And we want to talk about what caused blacks to die prematurely. The prevalence of high blood pressure among black people in the United States is among the highest in the world. Among the highest in the world. One 2018 study in the Journal of the American Heart Association trusted source found that of its participants, they brought a group of people. It didn't say how many they brought together, but it did say that 75.5% of black men and 75.7% of black women develop high blood pressure before the age of 55 or at the age of 55. So we know that it's younger because we know, and I'm going to take it down to the 20s, the 30s, the 40s. We know that they're suffering as well with high blood pressure. And that's what's causing a lot of things to happen for the as us dying prematurely. So we got to do better. One third, 1 out of 3 American adults have a potentially dangerous condition of high blood pressure. You know, a lot of us are walking around with high blood pressure and don't even know it. Don't even know you're about to have a heart attack, or you're about to have a stroke, or something's about to happen to you. So we got to make sure that we begin to focus on our health. And you can hit me up, SNFchildren at gmail.com, if you need help with any part of wellness dealing with the mind, the body, or the soul. But this morning we're talking about fitness. We're talking about fitness. So if you need my help, I'm here for you. And high blood pressure is when the blood moves more forcefully through the arteries than it should. Now, if your blood pressure stay high for a long period of time, it can stress, and stretch and damage your arteries, causing health problems. Now, look at some of the things that if you don't begin to take care of yourself better, you're going to face. You're going to die prematurely, or either you're dealing with it right now. Heart disease. A lot of us are developing heart disease because unhealthy lifestyle, heart failure. A lot of us going to have a stroke if we don't begin to take care of ourselves better. High blood pressure causes kidney damage, vision loss, memory loss, and cognitive decline. Type 2 diabetes. And you know that diabetes is definitely taking us out. You're looking at over 5,000 people every 24 hours is being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And we're high in that area. 810 die. What, 230 have some type of amputation every 24 hours. With 120 have some type of kidney dialysis. 55 to 60 go blind. And all of this, a lot of it stems from high blood pressure and unhealthy eating and sugar. So if you need my help once again to be more educated on your wellness, because if not, I promise you, family, you're gonna die premature. Facts. You got to pull it up. We're unconscious. We become comfortable. Like I said from the beginning, we're very uneducated. The wool been pulled over our eyes. We think everything is okay, but it's not, family. So if you need my help, hit me up and make sure you share this information with someone because I promise you, you know someone who's dealing with this because you dealing with it yourself. It causes breathing problems, asthma, sleep apnea, joint problems. It causes fatty liver disease, gallstones, or your cardiovascular disease. And then when you hook it up, it brings on your high cholesterol and it begins to play a factor in your life. And so if you don't get that high blood pressure, aka that hypertension, under control on a high percentage, you're shortening your days of living. We must come aware, we must be conscious of our health and fitness. Your health, your life, your wealth is all you got, and your health is your wealth. A lot of people think it's money. No, listen, you can lose money and get money back, but if you die, can't get it back. So it lets you know what's more important, but we think money is. But your health is more important than getting that money, whether you know it or not. And then it causes psychological problems when your body begins to experience these ailments, and then anxiety and depression and low self-esteem. So, family, I just want to come on just for a minute to try to open our eyes to some things because, like I say, we're sleeping and we've been rocked to sleep because we think everything is okay. We become too comfortable with our lifestyle. And I'm promising you, all you got to do is look around and all the things that I just named, you either dealing with it or you know plenty of people, especially people of color, who's dealing with it and we're not doing anything about it. And we must make sure that we take care of our minds, our bodies, and our soul. I've developed this program for children, but I'm coming back to help adults as well. So we got to do better, family. And these are some of the things that we need to do to get started. First, you hit me up. Let me know I need your help, and we'll get started. So we need to make sure that we track our blood pressure. You can go to your doctor, you can go to Kroger, you can go to different places where they have the cup and put on the cup and make sure that your blood pressure is under control. The numbers used to be 140 over 90. They say, okay, well, you okay. And now they can move it down to like 130 over 80. And of course, they saying 120 over 80 is good. So you want to kind of stay within that range, that 120 to 130, stay around that 180, 185, somewhere in there. If it's going over, especially 140 and 90, and then, you may need to settle down, constantly keep an eye on it to make sure that it's not going up. Because if it continue to stay high, then, like I say, you got a problem and it'll start stretching and damaging your blood vessels. So I always make sure that you keep a track on your blood pressure. Then another thing you need to do, you need to make sure that you work on keeping a healthy weight. Work on keeping your weight down. Work on keeping your weight down. And one thing you could do is just say, take your waistline, take your height by inches, cut it in half, and work on keeping your waistline under that number. For example, I'm 6 feet tall, so that means I'm 72 inches. I'm 72 inches. Cut 72 in half, that's 36. I want to keep my waistline under 36. Always remember that. Keep that weight down. That weight causes health problems. If you need my help, I gave you the information. Learn how to eat healthier. That's why I put the three together, the mind, the body, the soul, because in order for you to achieve this, I got to teach you the right mindset. If you don't have it here, I promise you, you won't be able to be successful at getting your body together. It starts right here, and then it connects to your heart, that which dwells within you, and then you can go achieve whatever it is that you're after. And make sure you get active at least 3 days a week. To start, you at least doing what, 30 minutes a day. Just start off 30 minutes a day. If you need to start off with 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, I don't know your health, how bad you are, but just start doing something at least 3 days. It's 7 days in a week. And at least 3 days out that week, start doing some type of exercising where you begin to do some type of walking and begin to educate yourself more about foods that you need to put in your body, foods you don't need to put in your body. And we'll come back on a later date and time and talk about those things as well. Because we definitely, like I said, we're very uneducated and we're killing ourselves. We're self-destructing with these foods and sweets and sugar and salt and things like that. So I'll come back on another tape and share some things that we should be eating. So we got to make sure that we get active. We got to make sure we get active. And we're dealing with the soul in this area. We got to make sure we begin to show our self-love. Because while we're self-destructing, we're not showing ourselves that we have a strong liking for ourselves. And don't smoke. Stop smoking. It damages your blood vessels. Whether you know it or not, when you're smoking, that smoking is damaging your blood vessels. And limit your alcohol intake. You just literally killing your body with all of that alcohol. And I know a lot of us deal with a lot of trauma and we're trying to escape from something. And a lot of time alcohol and drugs and things like that becomes a vice. And so if you need my help, because it starts here, snfchildren at gmail.com. Hit me up. Let's talk about it. It's free. Get some rest. Get some rest. Rest that body. Rest that body. Learn how to meditate so you can rest your mind and rest your body. Eat less salt. That sodium is killing us. Don't eat so much sodium. Don't eat so much salt. We'll talk about that more. Eat more potassium. Too much information out now to go to your YouTube or Google. Foods that are good with potassium is good for lowering that blood pressure and reduce your stress. Reduce your stress. And that's where the exercising will come into play and learning how to meditate. learning how to deal with things that you can handle. You handle them, and things that are not in your realm to handle, then you have to call on that deeper source that lives within you to handle some things. You can't handle everything by yourself. So you got to learn how to reduce stress and get support, get help. That's why I'm here now. I know you need help. I know you need support. SNFchildren at gmail.com, or leave me a comment. And it causes certain cancers. And we hearing that a lot these days. So family, we got to make sure that we begin to take care of ourselves. So make sure right now you go subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you share this information because either you need it or you know someone who need it. Until we come back together, I holla.